At full speed across the arid floodplain, the Tyrannosaurus rexes clash in a brutal display of Cretaceous power. A sudden misstep on the loose screen nearly sends the massive predator plunging into the canyon below. The rival is dangerously close.
Weighing nearly 10 tons, the Tyrannosaurus rex steps into the floodplain, immediately aware of the female's presence.
Here we see the dominant pair, moving with a heavy, deliberate stride across the ancient floodplain.
Here we see the powerful female using her hind feet to clear the nesting site, while her mate stands vigilant nearby.
A rare glimpse into the intimate world of the Tyrannosaurus. The female begins her incubation while the male stands guard nearby.
The sheer scale of the mother is breathtaking. She carefully shifts her weight, ensuring the precious clutch beneath her is protected from the midday sun.
The female Tyrannosaurus rex remains ever vigilant, her eggs vulnerable to the herbivores grazing just beyond the clearing. Bathed in the final golden light, the Tyrannosaurus pair guards their precious clutch. The subtle cracks signal the beginning of a momentous arrival. And then, the first crack appears. A monumental moment in the prehistoric world as a new predator emerges. A rare glimpse of a newly hatched Tyrannosaurus rex, still damp from the egg. Nearby, a sibling waits to emerge, protected by the attentive mother. Here we see the Tyrannosaurus hatchlings eagerly consuming their meal while their mother, the apex predator, vigilantly scans the horizon for any sign of danger. Here in the prehistoric floodplain, the two young tyrannosaurs stick close to the matriarch as they navigate the dense ferns and shallow water. The female senses the threat, immediately positioning herself defensively. The dromaeosaur, recognizing the risk, wisely decides to retreat. The larger juvenile, growing noticeably stronger and more confident, asserts its dominance at the kill. The smaller sibling must wait for scraps. In this challenging environment, the female's protection is the only guarantee of survival for the young Tyrannosaurus rex. The juvenile rex stalks its prey, relying on the dense underbrush for cover. Once the pursuit begins, speed is everything on the open floodplain. The young Tyrannosaurus must navigate this treacherous crossing, constantly monitoring the floodplain for signs of larger, lurking shadows.
This growing Tyrannosaurus rex is exploring territory farther from its mother, investigating the tracks preserved in the wet mud.
The young Tyrannosaurus approaches the water, carefully testing the treacherous mud banks. A careless step here could prove fatal.
Here we see the undisputed king of the floodplain. A fully grown Tyrannosaurus, ensuring his presence is felt across the territory.